Can Ring Fit Adventure help you lose weight? Yes. With an asterisk. Like anything else you do, weight loss depends on both diet and exercise, with a greater focus on diet. Some people say 80-20, some people say 70-30. I think it's different for everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show you my personal weight loss journey thus far using Ring Fit Adventure but also review the game from the perspective of a busy person. So, big disclaimer before I begin the video, I am not offering any advice to you on what you should or shouldn't do. This is strictly me just sharing my personal story of what I personally did and the results that I got from it. If you don't care about my personal story and just want to get my opinion on the game itself, I have chapters below to help you get through the video. This is going to be a little bit bulkier of a video, so if you want to skip ahead to any point in the video, chapters are listed below. So my story begins when I worked for Twin Oaks Restaurant in Cranston, Rhode Island. I worked there for over 8 years. I worked there from 2008 to 2016 until I got my degree in accounting. It was during this period that I was really running around a lot. I was hustling all the time. It was a very, very fast-paced environment, and I didn't have any type of wearable like I do right now with my Apple Watch until Christmas of the year that I left. So I had about a few days with the wearable. I had a Fitbit at the time, and I guesstimated the average number of steps I took based on those few days was I took about an average of 15,000 steps. So when I was there, I took basically no consideration to anything that I ate. I was 185 pounds consistently. So then January 2017 comes along, and I am now using my degree to get a job as an AP specialist for a Samsonite luggage company.
Okay, so look on the...
Oh yeah, it's right here. Samsonite. I was way off.
Yes, that Samsonite. It was there that I kept my eating habits, but not my activity habits like I had in the restaurant. It wasn't long before I gained more than a freshman 50, let's just say. When I got married in 2019, I was 249 at my heaviest. Then in 2020, the world got hit by COVID-19. So at the time, I invited a coworker to come with me and work at my house for what I thought was going to be a month working from home during this period, tops. And then when we realized that this was going to be an extended period of time, I said, hey, well, we're working from home. We are not really walking as much as we would in the actual office, even though that wasn't that much, but we're going to walk even less at home. So I suggested we exercise so we wouldn't gain more weight than, I already had at the time. So he suggested running. I get shin splints when I run for more than 4 days at a time. So I suggested these battle ropes that I had at my parents' house at the time. Midway through the summer, he bought Ring Fit Adventure, and I was like, oh yeah, I heard of that. I heard of that game. At the time, Nintendo didn't do too much marketing for it. I think I saw about 3 or 4 videos on it, but I didn't really see much of it. I kind of thought of it as like the successor to the Wii Fit. And so I asked, I was like, how was it? So we did a workout together, and I gave it a try, and I started to do that squat that the devil guy at the end was teaching in the game. I did one really quick, and he was like, no, dude, watch the screen. So I did a few the proper way, according to how the devil guy was actually instructing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awful. Like this, because the game actually makes you hold your position while you're doing the move that you're doing. That's when I was like, oh man, that's like actually challenging. So because I wanted to be outside as much as possible, we did continue with the ropes. It was mostly sunny that year here on Rhode Island, so we didn't really go back to Ring Fit much. Towards the end of the summer, he started going back to the office, and by that time I had gotten a new job, so we stopped meeting. So then when things started to open up again, I decided to renew my gym membership. However, things due to COVID were not easy, as you all know. If you were running on the treadmill, you didn't have to wear a mask. But because I got shin splints, I wasn't a fan of exactly working out on the treadmill. So I used that 30-minute workout where you do the curls one time, you do the rows one time, you do the exercises and rapid growth, and then in between each session you go up and down on the stair steppers, and that was getting me very much out of breath. So working out like that, I wasn't a huge fan of it, just because, like, I mean, you're breathing and you're huffing and puffing, and with a mask on it, it's just not very exercise friendly. So it wasn't long before I realized that the gym might not work out, pun intended. When I was going to work, I would go to work and then I would go to the gym, and then I was getting home around 7:30, and it just didn't work out for my schedule to do that. I wanted to make sure I was spending enough time with my wife and my son, who had not been born yet at the time. He was due in a couple of months. So I decided to quit the gym and buy Ring Fit Adventure. So I still had my rope on days where it was nice and beautiful outside, and when the weather didn't force me to work inside. I knew that during the winter, all of my workouts would have to be inside. So if I could start working out first thing in the morning, I wake up in the morning at 6:30, start working out by 7, be done by 7:30, while my wife is sleeping. Working out during that time would cause me to not have to miss out on family time. So I start working out through the worlds and unlocking new moves as I progress, and then I find out you can actually create custom workout modes. So I don't know why, just an editor's note, I don't know why they actually involve coins on the custom workout modes, because they don't do anything for you. They don't do anything towards the main game. Between progressing in the story mode and using custom workouts and Ring Fit and the custom mode, I had a pretty good routine. Over the summer, I went from 249 down to about 229. And then I got lazy with recording my food, which takes me to the second part of the exercise, eating. Also an editor's note. Although exercising for 30 minutes a day was helpful to me, on my Apple Watch I would close my green ring all the time. It's important to close all your rings. So just because you close your exercise ring doesn't mean that it's necessarily a good thing. You wanna get into the habit of closing all your rings. So the red ring is more being active throughout the day. So work out for 30 minutes and then try to fit in an extra walk if you can. That's what has worked for me. Walking is probably the most underrated exercise I've ever had. Anyway, on to eating. So for eating, my friend and I took two different approaches. He took the approach of not eating a single thing until the end of the night, so intermittent fasting, and I took the approach of eating small meals throughout the day and then recording my calories in my FitnessPal app. So he dropped weight super quick. It was I can't remember the exact numbers, but he dropped about 25 pounds in about a month, and I went from 249 to 229 by the end of the summer. So a little bit slower, but I mean, I still got down there. So, and then comes football season. By this time, I had gotten really lazy with my calorie counting. Not to mention, for some reason, my FitnessPal app was eating my phone's battery faster than I eat my wife's mozzarella stuffed rolls for dinner on special date nights. They are absolutely delicious. I even when I am full, I still find a way to eat more. They're that good. Plug for my wife's dinner rolls. So during the week, I would have a lot of the same things during the week. For protein shake, yogurt, apple, stuff like that. It was a low amount of calories during Monday through Friday, but on the weekends, that's when I kind of just gained it all back through all the calories I would eat over the weekend. What goes with football? Let's see. Grinders, pizza, taquitos, soda, beer, and boy did I have plenty of those. So from August of 2020 to January of 2021, I was going uphill. In February 2021, I decided to try intermittent fasting, just like how my friend did. So it worked for my mom, it worked for my friend. I heard from several other people that intermittent fasting worked, so I tried it for a few months. It wasn't for me. Meanwhile, my exercise declined a little bit because I was busy for a few months. June 2021 was when I reached my heaviest again at 249, and yeah, I was pretty angry at myself. How did I let myself go back to the heaviest weight I had been? Again, all that stuff from 2020 out the window. Done. I stopped, and then I considered what had worked for me in the past. Smaller meals, tracking calories, exercise every single day, ropes on nice days, and ring fit on rainy days. Taking my current weight at that time into consideration, and figuring out I needed to eat a calorie ceiling of about 2,500 calories to lose a pound per week. I let myself get angry at my workouts to get the best workout I possibly could from them. So from June to 2021 to December 2021, I went from 249 to 232. Unfortunately, my memory is pretty fuzzy from what happened from December 2021 to June 2022, but I slowly gained 6 pounds, and then from June 2022 now through September 2022, which is the time of filming this video, I went from 238 to 228. So my goal is to get down to 185. That's where I was most comfortable with myself. So I've gotten a good start for right now, but I still definitely have a little while to go. So things that I've changed in 22 are as follows. I work out first thing in the morning. I kind of fast. Instead of intermittent fasting like I did before, starting to eat my first meal around 1 o'clock, I actually eat my first meal around 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll have an apple, yogurt, and a protein shake between 10 and 11:30. Every afternoon for lunch, I'll have salad with either usually chicken, sometimes beef as my lunch. As an afternoon snack, I use coffee both as something sweet to curb my sweet tooth, and an afternoon pick-me-up as a boost through the office around 3 o'clock. Dinner is usually chicken, rice, couscous, and rice or couscous and a vegetable on weekdays. Friday nights are my wife's and my date nights. So after we put the kiddos to bed, we usually have some sort of junk, but we try not to go overboard. While we're having dinner, we usually watch a show on Netflix, Cobra Kai, Stranger Things, or something that we both like. Unlike in previous years, I actually track my calories on weekends now and have a shortcut on my watch to see how many calories I have left in the day. I usually try, even if I work out, I still try not to go above 2,500 calories and just let the deficit that I have from the exercise just be its own plus. I don't try to even it out between the exercise and the exercise and the calories I take in. I do have junk throughout the week, but I try to save it for something after dinner when I don't have much time left in the day to consume a whole lot of junk. I personally am of the mindset that I would rather have a little bit of the real stuff versus a lot of the healthy stuff. So, for instance, I would rather have 1 or 2 fun-sized Kit Kats at the end of the day than I would on some healthy brand of chocolate that doesn't taste like the real thing, but it's healthier for you if you follow. This winter, I will be using Ring Fit exclusively, and when I don't have the option of going outside. Up until this point, I have given you my personal story of how I've used Ring Fit in conjunction with my eating. And now I want to give you my thoughts on and review of Ring Fit Adventure itself. Usually when I review games, I really like to talk about gameplay, graphics, story, music, but none of those things really apply to Ring Fit Adventure. They're not really valid points. You're not going to talk about 4K graphics and like 60 frames a second or anything like that. So, first off, what type of person are you? Are you looking to bulk up? Then, if you're looking to bulk up and gain a whole lot of muscle, then I would not recommend Ring Fit for you. It's not really meant for that type of person. This game was made for adults looking to get into home gym stuff, teenagers who don't really have a ride to the gym, and then just people in general who need some time to exercise but don't have much time on their hands, much like the people who follow the Datamer. This game can help you in your fitness goals, provided you stay under your calorie budget and you have a realistic viewpoint of Ring Fit Adventure. I use it exclusively during the winter months because I do not have a treadmill where I can run, and I don't have other workout equipment at home. During the other months, I add Ring Fit Adventure to running and ropes. It is certainly one of the cheaper options out there if you're looking at home workout equipment out there. I will say, I was impressed with a lot of Ring Fit's workouts and workout moves. You've got squats, you've got planks that you hold in an upside down V. You've got Russian twist. You've got bow and arrow formations for your arms, and there's many more moves that I haven't even listed there. So I've played the game for 140 hours now, and so that, judging by 30-minute workouts, that's about 70 different workouts between the story mode and custom workouts. Surprisingly, I have yet to come across push-ups. You'd think that kind of be one of the moves that they have you do. Another thing I was pretty impressed with was the fact that the game times you. The game will look at what you've done in the game, clock you around 30 minutes, and ask if roughly that 30 minutes is over after you've completed a story task or completed a story task, if you want to continue or if you want to call it quits here. And then it tells you to pace yourself. I was also impressed with the Joy-Con functionality. So the game lets you cover the motion sensor with your thumb, and I compared this to the information on my Apple Watch, and both, I mean, they're not exact, but they were pretty similar. If you don't have a fitness band or a watch of some sort, this does a pretty good job of keeping your heart rate. One thing I will say about the story mode is that some of the moves that you do give more damage than others. And when I wanted to use like a certain move to exercise a certain body part, biceps for instance, so another move actually did more damage. So because I was on a little bit of a time limit, I was compelled to get through the exercise with the move that did more damage to the enemy. But to counter that, the further you go in the story mode, the more exercises you unlock, and you can completely customize your workouts to do any of the moves you want to do in a set number of in a set workout routine. If you're worried about doing not doing one move today, you can always unlock that move and then customize a workout that you want to do in particular. One other thing I was annoyed by is, once again, Nintendo does their typical Nintendo thing, and they have to hold your hand at a lot of different points, even if you've done the moves before. For instance, there'd be if I've done a course and I come to a swing or a place where I need to squat down, it'll wait till I get in place, count down 3, 2, 1, and then let me go throughout the rest of the level. Which I don't know why Nintendo needs to do that. It's kind of annoying to me. It just kind of holds the workout up from going. I mean, granted, the countdown is probably about 10 seconds long, but whatever. It's just something that I'm annoyed by. Realistically, I see this game as being a tool in your tool belt when you need to exercise but don't have access to a gym, or maybe you don't have money for expensive at-home workout equipment. I personally love it. I think there are times when I'm too tired and lazy to do ropes after so many days. There are also times where my legs are have really given out because of the shin splints I get after running. I will say that running in place with Ring Fit won't get your heart as elevated as the other two exercises. However, I noticed that every workout in Ring Fit that I did work up a sweat every single time, even during the winter months. So, props to you, Ring Fit. There was one week recently that I exclusively worked out with Ring Fit all week, and my weight went down by 0.4 pounds every single day that week, rather than going up and down on a downward trend. People in situations like mine, rather than spend thousands of dollars on workout equipment that I don't have in the bank account, if you have and you don't have space in your unit, there's no way I'm fitting a bike or a treadmill in here. Buying this game at $80 with the amount of time you would realistically have playing this game at roughly 30 minutes a day is extremely doable, I would say. It's easy to look at an $80 price tag at a Switch game and say, yeah, that's at a premium. But rather than compare it to other Switch games, I think in this case it's important to compare this against other options of home workout equipment, which turns out this is actually a lot cheaper in comparison. This game has gone as low as $55, but I don't recommend waiting for a sale on this one. During the lockdown, this game sold out like crazy, and if you're not one of the 14.54 million people who already bought a copy of Ring Fit Adventure, making it the 10th highest grossing game on the Switch, I recommend you pick up your copy right now. I will say this before buying. If you live on the second floor or the third floor, or anywhere noise could be an issue, I would just warn you that as a caution, just be careful you don't cause your neighbors to hate you for all the running and all the workouts you'll be doing with Ring Fit Adventure. So, in summary, rather than comment on fun factor, I will give the practicality of this game a 9 out of 10. Thumbs up for me for getting the results. The moves are challenging enough, but thumbs down due to the hand holding. Time investment of this game, I mean, 30 minutes a day, you're gonna be good. You are gonna need to walk. You're gonna need a walk extra just to keep up your activity levels throughout the day. I mean, also depending on what your goal is. We all get busy throughout the day, and this definitely helped me with my busy schedule to just keep my activity levels going. The price, again, in compared to other home gym equipment out there, definitely worth the full price. All that is to say that you should play this right now. If I've missed anything, comment below, let me know, and I will respond to you as soon as possible. So, for the question of the day, do you have a result from Ring Fit Adventure? Share it with the community down in the comments below. The next game I'm going to be reviewing is, I'm actually going to be switching gears from Nintendo to PlayStation. If you couldn't tell by that tall neck right there, I'm going to be reviewing Horizon Forbidden West. And it's a game that, spoiler alert, I hope that it beats Elden Ring out for Game of the Year. Or at least gets a lot of awards and the recognition it deserves, because it is a wonderful game. Is there a game you want me to review from a busy person's perspective? Also comment below, let me know. I'll add it to my list. So, with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, go spend time with your families, go waste that next test, and go land that next blockbuster role in a movie, and keep gaming. Peace.